Hey everybody, welcome to Impossible Coin, where we're distracted by the booty.
True.
Somewhere in Ohio, trying to protect her pie, Tegan Somerset.
Hello. The problem is it's a cream pie, and Nico likes whipped cream, so like there's definitely a battle ongoing.
I didn't know Nico was into cream pies.
Ew.
Fucking A. Jesus Christ.
Really, Rocky? No,
Rocky.
I'm sorry.
We did that episode last week. You can't.
I'm kind of upset because I had thoughts on the semen collection debate plan debacle. I don't know. It's fine. I got it out of my system. I'm cool. Whatever. Let's just.
And somewhere in West Texas, getting semen out of his system, Rocky Hardy.
Oh, gross. The phrasing is all off.
We're just not doing phrasing anymore. We just gave up on that. It's not in the budget. Oh, man, our budget. But hey, guys. It's been a little bit. I wanted to say what I missed, but I was here. I edit the show, so I totally know what I missed. I cry inside. All right. So, who's going first on this? What were we doing?
A podcast. That's the That's the general pro strat. So Rocky, from what I understand, you were not with us last week because of some nuptials, not your own.
No, yeah, not my own. I don't know when I'm getting married, but some of my favorite people got married. Man, shout outs to some of the listeners in the show, Jordan and Ben. They're some of my favorite people. I would protect them with my lives. I would follow them in the battle. Oh man, I love them very much.
Cool.
They let me officiate their wedding, and it was cool. I got to say pretty things, and some people cried.
Aww.
So you weren't just a dude? You had like a job?
I had a job, man. I was a contract officiant and shit. It was cool.
Oh, wow. Where was the event?
It was in L.A.
Okay.
It was outside of this observatory on the Hollywood Hills.
Mm-hmm.
There was a small little park. They took pictures around the observatory. Then we went to this cute Italian place, and we ate like pasta and bruschetta and like cake.
When you say some observatory, was it Griffith Observatory?
It was Griffith Observatory. I couldn't remember the name, and I didn't want to make something up.
Yeah, I was gonna say like observatory in L.A. Like Griffith is pretty fucking famous. Like Rebel Without it's in like a zillion movies.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. I spaced on that. I'm just really hyped that it's a pretty decent Pokestop, and they have that statue up front with like the various like cloaked individuals. That's also a gym that we fought over a little bit, and like now that I have the gift system in Pokemon Go, I have proof that I've been there because I sent gifts to people. I was like, hey, I was at Griffith. What up? And like, I don't know. I had a good time. I had a good time for a lot of reasons, but that is one among many reasons.
Okay. How long were you in LA?
Just the weekend. I got in Thursday night. I left Sunday morning.
Okay.
Yeah. I played a couple of games while I was there. Well, I played a lot of Mario Tennis, like the new one.
Okay.
And that game, well, I always support Camelot in everything that they do.
Sure.
But like that game it's good, and the addition of meter seems like wonky, but it's actually pretty neat. One of the things that you're able to do is like you build meter based off of like your serves and like your rallies, and you can use the meter to like hit a ball that's just like out of reach, like normally like you just wouldn't be able to run to. Now there's counterplay to that, like you can burn meter to try to run to it. And you also get this thing called a zone shot, where like if you get into a star like mark where someone's like off balance hitting the ball, then you can burn meter to hit like a really fast shot. And technically, if you're standing right in front of it, you can block it on reaction, but it's crazy hard. So you usually have to burn like your slow-mo to go after it. And so it leads to like these sort of microtransactions where like you smash a ball far enough away that you know that they can't get with the amount of meter that they have available. Or you try to smash directly at them when you know they have a damaged racket, and you can try to break their racket. Because in multiplayer mode, you have a set number of rackets, like 2. In the story mode, I think you can get up to 6. But if you break all of your opponent's rackets, they can't continue playing. So they could just be roasting you on the tennis side. But if you like body them with the zone shot, then they can't keep playing, and like it's a KO win, which is neat. Because like I've always wanted to knock people out in tennis. It's one of my biggest notes on the game as a whole.
So what's this business about Bowser Jr. ruining the game?
Okay, so Bowser Jr., he has a unique quote-unquote typing, because, like, there are certain characters like Mario and Luigi, and they tend to be all-rounders, and, like, characters like Bowser and Donkey Kong that are powerful, or, like, strength-focused, like, low mobility. Bowser Jr. is considered a defensive player, and he has, high mobility like a Toad, but he also has like traps that he can set up versus you, and it feels like cheese. It is one of those things that I kind of wish was never here, but I don't want it to get patched out because I want people to figure out how to deal with it, because it is like a higher skill ceiling to deal with / play with effectively, because you can burn the traps against yourself. Like you can inhibit your own game by like just not paying attention. But it's very daunting to play against a good Bowser Jr. player when you're learning how to play the game. But even outside of that, like, so there's standard play, which is how the game works now, with meter and zone shots and like trick shots and like dashing and slow-mo and all that shit. Or there's, I think it's called quick play, which is just like your standard Mario Tennis game, where you still have like your 5 shots, slice, top spin, drop, lob, and flat, which replaces power. But you just don't get the bells and whistles that come with the new game. So, I mean, I'm not sure if that's actually going to become the meta. Like, I actually like the meta with supers and whatnot. Okay. I just want to see how deep it gets.
So, one thing I have heard about this game is that it has the same kind of, like, vertical accessibility wall that like, a fighting game does. That, like, there is lots of, like, hey, you who is curious about this game, unless you are ready to dump all the time into this, then, like, fuck off. Would you say that's real?
I think it could be, but the short version is that I don't think it is. There are definitely a lot of things to learn, and by extension, like, levers to push against people. Like, people who are getting used to, like, building meter and, like, using it on zone shots, like, can be bullied by people who can consistently, like, block them, which is just, like, hitting it with the right timing. I think it's something like 10 frames that, like, you hit the ball, like, as it's close enough to you where it would normally just hit you. Or even, like, forcing people to burn their meter in ways that they're not paying attention to. There are definitely ways to do that, but the game itself isn't developed to the point that it's inaccessible. I think that, especially if you're new to Mario Tennis, maybe playing standard mode against someone that's been playing for a few hours isn't the best idea, like jumping online immediately. But, I mean, I beat the story mode in about, I want to say 15 hours, and that was me banging my head against some of the side quests to just figure them out.
Okay.
But I don't think the game is that difficult. Like, I don't think there is a technical barrier. I think there are just, like, a lot of options. And once you, like, become more acclimated to the room, like, you can move around the options pretty well. It's like, I guess it could be considered like a fighting game, but it's something closer to, like, Blaze Blue Cross Tag, where there's a lot of stuff going on, but, like, the most complicated thing the game's asking you to do is, like, play footsies and do quarter turns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like, I can understand why it seems daunting, especially if you're just watching. But like playing for a little bit, it gets a lot simpler. Like there are definitely things that work in certain scenarios. But half the time, like for example, if you have a choice between using a topspin shot, a slice shot, or a flat shot, 9 times out of 10, it won't matter which one you pick. Lobs and drop shots can be used, and they are pretty effective, but they're still super situational. And like, if you have a chance to like smash the ball in someone's face, generally that's a good idea. Like there's a pretty simple flow chart, and it doesn't change that much between characters. So I don't know. I mean, I'm having a good time, and I'm interested in finding out how dense it is. But if someone must just want to sit around and like hit tennis balls at each other, like there's a good time to be had there too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and I'm really curious about that feedback because, like, I also know that you're a fighting game guy.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if it's possible to be perceiving the game as more accessible than it is because you're used to an even stiffer accessibility wall.
I would say, especially as far as like Camelot and like games as adventure, sports games as adventures go. The single player mode in Mario Tennis Aces is pretty tough. They ask you to do some very specific things. There's one mini game specifically where they'll just have like creatures in various forms. Sometimes they're Koopas, sometimes they're ghosts, sometimes they're piranha plants, and they'll just spit balls at you, and you're supposed to just like hit them back. But not just like randomly, like you need to precisely hit them back. Mm-hmm. And there's some things like, for example, like flat shots work better against lower things. You usually have to lob to hit stuff in the back row, like stuff like that you have to react to. And that is definitely tough. But like Splatoon, albeit in like inverted fashion, the multiplayer doesn't quite work like that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, I feel like you still have all the same tools, and like the game can become infinitely more complicated with more human players and more human input. I feel like the game itself, at least in its current state, which is 3 weeks in, hasn't unearthed anything crazy that would scare off newer players. Like there's definitely like you just getting beat, and that would turn you off because like someone's so far ahead of you. Mm-hmm. But that plateau isn't that high up, is what I would say. Like, I mean, there are some people that will play like semi-pro Melee players that will never be as good as they are because they haven't been playing this game for 10 years. But in Mario Tennis Aces, when you lose to someone, even like handily, they're usually not that much better than you. That's just actually what's happening. There aren't, like, you know, master level Mario Tennis players yet. Like, I hope to see what those people are like, but I don't think they exist yet.
Okay. I will definitely ask to stay tuned, because I am curious about the meta for this game and kind of like Nintendo's recent embrace of more difficult games in general. So I just kind of want to see how this shakes out, both from a meta perspective and a sales perspective, and seeing how like more casual, like arcade style sports games, take to this.
I feel like I should say that characters like Bowser Jr. and the tricky players like Boo and Kamek, those characters are going to be big because they take normal shots and they basically just increase the curve. So like you'll see like people that will like hit like slice shots that should definitely go out, but they just hit some stupid curve and it just barely lands in. That's going to be huge. Like, luckily they don't have like a high power ceiling, so you can just straight up overpower them and make them run around. But if they can get control of a match, like as higher skill players are want to do, that's going to be a tough matchup for most people to play ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like there's just some balance issues with Bowser Jr. and people need to settle down.
Yeah, like, I mean, that's actually usually what happens, at least in these types of games, because it's not like there are so many variables that are completely out of control. It's just like, I just sat down and someone found some bullshit with Bowser Jr. and I don't want to deal with this right now. I just want to play tennis.
Okay.
And, yeah, and like, I get that. Like, that totally makes sense to me. But it's also in the game, so good luck, guy.
What else are you playing, man?
So I've dabbled in a handful of things. I went back to the Octopath Traveler demo, and I messed around with some of the new characters. I'm not super excited, but like, I'll play it. Seems cool. I've dabbled a bit in a handful of fighting games again. You know, watching and playing, like Marvel. I've been checking out the Cody stuff. I'm really excited because Daigo looks like he's having a really good time with Cody. And I've played more Wizards of Legend because I love that game. Play it every day. And I'm having trouble trying to figure out like how to optimize my wind damage. But outside of that, like, I'm basically at endgame. I have max gems, so every time I walk out of like my dormitory or whatever, I pay some gems to get bonus coins. I pick what my first level's supposed to be, and I just run in and I go hit some shit with magic. It's great.
So, man, all right. I'll admit, like, I'm kind of surprised this thing is having staying power. Because I was concerned about like the roguelike nature of it.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but it does seem like that Rocky is continuing to be on the train. Wow.
Also, I think it might be the time slot that's associated with it, and because I've played a lot of games, but I feel like the average run that I do on Wizard of Legend is if I clear, it's about 35 minutes. And then, like, if I die at any point, it's something less than that. So it's, like, anywhere from, like, 5 to, like, 25 minutes, something like that. And that 35-minute, like, time slot feels right to me. And it always has. Like, even, like, in things like League of Legends and Monster Hunter, when I sit down, I'm like, I'm going to do this, and it's going to take about half an hour. And it's either, like, a little short, and it's just like, I almost did it. Or, like, I get to 30, 35 minutes, and, like, whew, I did it. And I think that's a lot of it what it is. I think the stages, like, they're randomly generated, so, like, while there isn't a way for me to, like, know where everything is, there is a pattern that I can follow that I can trust, that I got in the habit of doing. I have a combo that I know what to use in certain scenarios, like if I'm backed into a corner, if I spot enemies before they see me, if there's everyone coming at me at once, like I know, my hands know what to do in those situations now. And that feels good. Like it's a good switch for me to hit. And while the enemies' placement or numbers aren't, I guess, standardized.
Sure.
Their groupings are more often than not. Like, you'll see like 6 shadow dudes run out at you at once that can kill in a single combo. Sometimes there's these giant thwomp looking monsters where they have like a rogue thief hiding behind them. So like you'll run past it and then the thwomp will start to jump, but then you'll see the other like thief trying to run around to flank you. And like I've gotten used to those patterns. And while they are still challenging because they deal a lot of damage and health is few and far between, they are still things that I can adjust to. And when I get it, you know, like, it feels good.
Okay. So the roguelike quality do you think it benefited from when it was released in the year? Like, do you think that coming out during the summer lull was something that helped it?
I think that was a better idea on their part. Like, I wouldn't have released this game in October. You couldn't pay me to do it. And, like, I might have dropped it, like, at the end of December.
Right.
But, like, I wouldn't want to. You know what I mean? I think the summer lull is a good place for it. I think it was a good idea to wait on spring. Even though I wanted it in spring, I would have bought it. No questions asked.
Sure.
I still think it was a good idea for them to wait until what? It was like early May when it came out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was one of the better decisions they could have made. It was either that or try to put it out like in the E3, post E3 lull. And I wouldn't want to do that to them specifically.
Well, the thing about like E3 week and then like the week after E3 is that usually has a certain stigma about like, this is the place you dump your garbage that you do not specifically want to get any kind of like review coverage. Because media outlets are too busy like talking about what's going on at E3 or talking about like gameplay previews or interviews and stuff like that. So like put your really bad game out here so that way nobody notices.
I get that.
A great example of that from this year was they dumped Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn on the opening day of E3.
Yeah,
because they know what's up. Like they know that if they put that out when like the games industry has time to cover it, the game's going to get murdered, and any outlet that did cover it did murder it. But timing is everything. So, so I think that sweet spot, like definitely summer, so it's got less competition, but outside of the blast radius of E3 it's a good sweet spot.
I feel that.
Tegan?
Hi.
What up?
Football. Football's up.
Wait, sick. Let's go.
What?
Football's up. We're 82 minutes in, and it might be coming home.
Oh, Tegan's talking about soccer. Wait, who's playing right now, though?
England, Sweden.
Man, okay, whatever. It's okay.
2 up, England, 2 up. Oh, I'm so excited.
That's gnarly. See, like, I'm actually, I know this isn't a sports podcast, but I dislike how the World Cup has become the European Cup again.
I mean, that's fair. I was real sad when Japan lost.
But Japan were heroes.
I know. And then I was exceptionally sad when Brazil lost. I was like, it was all the pain.
They got bodied. It was bad.
But, like, at the same time, I feel like England's gonna get knocked out. And I have to say that because, like, I don't have any faith in it. But, like, really, I just want Russia to lose so badly. I want Russia to lose. I think Russia's going to beat Croatia, but I really want Russia to lose.
Well, the thing is,
anybody. They can lose to anybody at this point, and I'll be happy.
Okay, Brad, I got to let you know I will cut this out. But, Tegan, Croatia has not dropped a game yet. They haven't lost.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, if Croatia beats Russia, that'd be so good. I'd be down.
Rocky, don't cut this out.
FIFA's
this soccer talk isn't. This soccer talk is embraceable and relatable.
Tegan's into one sport, and it's soccer. How? You're welcome. Tegan's into. I hope. Did you put that as a title? Because that should be a title. Yeah, so that's what's, like, currently going. Hello, it's also Tanabata. Congratulations, everybody, on the beautiful love story that's going on in the sky tonight as of recording. And get ready for the race war in Nintendo.
Wait, what?
The race war! You know Brian, the race war is coming. The next Splatfest
is this an Alex Jones podcast now?
No, the next Splatfest. The next Splatfest is squids versus octopi. Which do you like better?
Well, that might be a species war, but I feel you. We're going.
Well, like, even Marina's like, if you watch, like, the intro thing, she's like, isn't this, like, dangerous? And Pro's just like, fuck it, let's go!
Oh, no.
It's so good. I can't wait.
We We gotta protect Marina. We gotta go. We gotta do it.
So we're team. If you play as Team Octopus, you get to be an Octoling. Like they give you that skin during the Splatfest. To wear during the Splatfest, regardless of whether or not you have the Octopath expansion, you are gonna be the Octarian expansion. You're gonna be an octopus during the Splatfest. And if you play Squid, if you pick Team Squid, you're gonna be a squid. Even if you like have the expansion and your default is an octopus, they change you back to your Inkling skin.
I have,
which is cool.
So many questions.
Yeah, okay.
Let's hear it.
Okay. I thought the name of the expansion was the Octoling expansion. Like, I thought that they just, like, leaned into calling them Octolings because everyone was doing that anyway. And so, like,
they're actually Octarians. I'm just real bad.
Yeah, they're officially Octarians.
Yeah, they're officially Octarians, but I call them Octolings because they're just little cuties. Mm-hmm. And it sounds so much better with the Inklings. Inklings and Octolings. I don't know. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, like Nintendo's official copy. Like, I am on Nintendo's website right now.
Hi, Nintendo's website.
Yep, and Nintendo's website appears to have rebranded these animals as Octolings.
Yay! Oh, good. So
wait, really?
crazy.
They did it? Okay, cool.
Is it just the evil ones, then, that are Octarians? The ones that are under the evil spell of the DJ?
Dang, that's kind of intense.
Dude, that's cool, though. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm hype.
Yeah, so
we're doing team, I think it's cute that, they switched the colors for the Splatfest, so if you're Team Inkling, you'll be supporting Pearl, whose normal color scheme is pink, but, the ink you'll be using is green, and for Marina, you're using pink, even though her normal color scheme is green.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, are you ready? I'm like, I don't know who to, it hurts. It hurts me. I wanna be everybody. I wanna play both teams. I can't decide.
So I'm fighting for Marina. That is the piece that I've made.
Considering Marina's teams continue to be the most popular and then lose, probably going to be a losing battle, which is real unfortunate because like Marina's such a sweetheart and like, but yeah, the like lobbies are full of like boycott the race war.
Oh God.
We didn't fight our way out of the subway for this shit.
True. That is a fair position.
Oh, it's a good time.
Oh, man.
It's a good time.
These poor kids.
I know. Poor.
Oh my goodness.
Poor squids.
It just boycott the race war.
Boycott the race war. We're not going.
Oh man.
No Splatfest for us. But now we can really recreate the turf wars with historical accuracy. Are there going to be like you know how there's like Civil War reenactments, or is that what we're going to do? We're going to have civil turf war enactments.
That's what we're doing now.
Yeah, nice historical accuracy. The Octarian should definitely lose. Octolings, whatever. Fuck it.
Civil turf war.
And then let's see what else. Oh, I got I finally hit level 25. I'm B plus.
Has her gun.
I know. I'm B plus to tower control. I got my Splashomatic, or my. Is that it? Is it the Splatomatic? Oh, I gotta look now.
Splashomatic.
No, I think it's the Splatomatic.
Oh, okay.
Let me check. The Splashomatic has the funnel on it.
Oh, yeah.
And this is
pen. It
is the
Splatomatic.
It is the Splatomatic. I'm not crazy. Okay. So I have the Splatomatic now. I hate that they changed it. They didn't change the, like, actual, like, spraying capability or any of that, but they did change the sub to, what are they fucking called? Not the section bombs, it's the other one.
Auto bombs?
No, they're, it's like the stuff that you, like, throw it at people and it keeps them from absorbing ink.
Oh, like the It's not Ink Storm. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like it looks like a little potion, and you like throw it, and then there's a little fog cloud, and if you swim through it, you fuck up. Yeah.
I hate that sub.
I do too. I'm real sad. Because this is my favorite gun. It's my favorite gun. It's super accurate, fires right in a straight line. I'm always splatting people with it. It's a good time, but I just hate that sub. And then they changed, in Splatoon 1, the ultimate thing for it was the suction bomb rush, which means you got a bunch of suction bombs and you just threw them everywhere and they'd stick to stuff and it was a good time. And now it's the jetpack, the inkjet. I'm real bad with the inkjet. I don't understand how it works. Do I aim at the ground? Do I aim at people? I don't know.
I would aim at people. I would treat it just like as a floating blaster. Wait, hold on. No, hold on. You said that you're B+ in tower control?
Yeah.
We can challenge the ladder now.
Yeah.
Like in duos. I'm excited.
I'm working on Clam Blitz too, but like less success there.
Clam Blitz, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. Jesus, there's 0 degree deviation on the ground? Sorry, I'm reading the stats for Splash-O-Matic.
Yeah! I love the Splash-O-Matic. I love it. It's such a good gun. But I dislike, it's Toxic Mist. That's what it's called. I dislike Toxic Mist, and I'm not great with the inkjet. So, like, I don't know what I'm doing. So, like, I'm great until I fucking have to do anything other than just shoot, which really makes me sad. But I might upgrade to the Neo Splash-O-Matic, because that has the suction bomb launcher for its special, and burst bombs as its main. But I've got 2 levels to go until I can get that one.
2 levels? It's free. We'll get it.
I know. But I was real sad that I'm real sad. I just like it. It's so good.
It's a really good gun.
It's a really good gun. And if you're good with it, you're good with it, you know?
Yeah, 0 deviation's scary. And that's good damage. And it's like 3 frame shots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we count frames in Splatoon now, Brian.
Jesus Christ.
It's the new frame. It's new tech.
Don't worry, you'll get there. Alex has been helping me through the Octopath expansion, why do I keep calling it the Octopath expansion?
Because you want to play that Square Enix game.
I do. I pre-ordered the special edition, so like I'm gonna get the box and the soundtrack and shit.
Alright.
So that'll be a good time. But Alex has been helping me with the expansion because he's better at games than I am, and I admit that 100%.
Okay.
But like I was doing the time trial with the sniper rifle.
Uh-huh.
You know, where like don't hit the fail balloons or you just get to fucking explode. And I kept getting like I get to like I need 2 more and then like I die. And Alex was just like, hang on, let me look at it. And so he like fiddled with the motion controls for a second before like going into the challenge and then like shot the little blow up balloon like twice. And then I was like, okay, I got this, and just done. And I was like, fuck. He had like 5 seconds left. I was like, Jesus, it's not fair. I'm so bad. I play this game so much. He's just like, yeah, you need help. Let me know. I'm like, you.
Did you guys ever watch Video Game High School?
No.
Damn. Okay.
We don't. Alex and I don't do TV.
Oh no. Okay. So first of all, it was a web series.
Oh well, yeah, definitely don't do web series. I should. Like, I want to, but.
Video Game High School is super dumb, but there's a moment where like the characters like have to challenge like the off-brand racers that play like this Mario Kart racing game instead of like the Forza game that the drifters play.
Uh-huh.
And like they beat them at it, like literally never having played the game before.
Uh-huh.
And then like their boss is like, we play this game every day. And I'm like, fuck. Like, don't let them do this.
It was that feeling though. It was like, I play this game so much, and he's like, I play shooters. Done. And he doesn't freak out under like timed pressure the way I do. Ugh. doing 2 timers well. So, like, I'm gonna have him help me with a couple of the other levels so I can, like, get going, because I don't want to have to do all the stuff. I want to use the Octoling skin, but, like, I have to get there, and I'm not gonna cheat my way through. Did you ever pay back Pearl?
Did I ever what?
Pay back Pearl? Like, they give you the 3,000 credits if you use them all up?
Oh, yeah. I did it once.
Okay.
But I haven't, like, played it in a while. I need to go back.
I did it once, too. And I was like, Pearl just, like, steals her dad's credit card. Is like, whatever. It's fine.
Actually, yeah, that is what happened.
Pearl is great. Like, she's such a small gremlin. I love it.
She is a small gremlin. Holy shit.
She's a little demon, and it's a good time. Let's see. What else? What other? I'm still playing stupid mobile games, you know, getting Rocky's gifts in Pokemon Go. You gave me an egg, so I'm gonna get some distance on that thing, which is exciting.
Hey.
Cause I'll be
you
able
got any Alolan types yet?
Yeah, I've gotten, I got a Meowth, I got a Sandshrew, I caught the Executor. I think that's it. And then, like, Alolan Rattatas are everywhere. Yeah. So, you know, everybody in my group wants a frickin' Vulpix. Everybody wants a Vulpix.
I know a guy that has a Vulpix. He's been walking with it, you know, taunting us and everything.
Putting it in gym so everyone can see the glory that is his Vulpix.
But, like, I'm actually kind of hurt that you have a Sandshrew before I do, because I live in a desert. Like, Sandshrew fall off trees here.
But it's an ice Sandshrew. Because it's the Alolan Sandshrew. I can't believe that you guys have so many Sandshrew. It's, like, not fair.
No, that's pretty much all we have. It's, like, rock, ground, and fire types, mostly. Dude,
I would kill for some fire types.
I will trade you something. You know what? We'll trade. We'll figure it out later.
Please.
Because I have, like 3 Arcanines? My friend Alan has 12 fully grown Arcanine because...
Just because?
Oh, because they keep showing up. Like, he's just not going to say no to a Growlithe. I don't say no to Growlithe. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't either, honestly.
So, I don't know if you guys know this, but all these recent changes that they've made to Pokemon Go, these new features that they've added, has really paid off for them. The player
they're making billions.
Yeah, the player base, like just the raw player count is the highest it has been since the launch of the game. And revenue for the game through the Google Play Store, which is easier to see than the iOS store because Apple's much better about locking down data. Revenue through the Google Play Store has tripled in the last 30 days.
Yo, that's actually scary because even in mid-October when it was just the diehards playing, they were still making $1 million a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $3 million a day, dude. $3 million a day.
It's Pokemon, man.
Through one platform. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's Pokemon.
It is Pokemon. Damn
and people are all like, "Oh, let's go Eevee and let's go Pikachu." They're gonna sell. Like, it's Pokemon. It's Pokemon. It's gonna sell. You know it's gonna sell. And people are gonna get it, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is just like Pokemon Go. I bet I still have that app." And then more fucking people are gonna play.
Then they drop $20 on it to get some new Pokeballs, a whole new box. They get incubators and shit.
Yep.
I think that people need to get used to the idea of connectivity to Pokemon Go being a new default in Pokemon games, because I guarantee you when that new mainline Pokemon game comes out next year, it's going to talk to this app.
See, I don't want that. I understand if I need to adapt to that reality, but
I don't want my main lines to talk. Like, if I could trade between the app and the new game, I wouldn't be super offended, you know? But I don't want all of them to be like, let's go Eevee, let's go Pikachu, you know?
Yeah. Like, I feel like...
I like my Poke Battles and I like my Wild Encounters.
I feel like the mainline game is actually different from what Pokemon Go is. And I feel like they can support separate ecosystems. I don't... Because, like, what I don't want to happen, I don't want the new mainline Pokemon to, in an attempt to keep the Pokemon Go player base happy, like, soften the game. Like, I think that a good example is, like, Pokemon X and Y. Pokemon X and Y was actually pretty easy, almost as easy as, like, Black and White. And I understand because it's being made for a whole new generation of, like, 10-year-olds and everything. But I feel like the way that the games have been diversifying with things like Mystery Dungeon and things like Pokemon Go now, I think they could still have, like, the people that just want to, you know, hang out with Pokemon and have a good time, and then the people who want to, like, run through the gauntlet still play separate games.
Well, let me propose to you a variation on that dark future then.
Okay.
Picture an environment, since Pokemon traditionally comes out in 2 editions, you know, as it is this time. You know, with the Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. What if, when Pokemon rolls around next year, one of the editions is heavily supports Pokemon Go integration, and then the other one is more of a traditionalist edition? Or let's say both of them are like a traditionalist edition, and then they swoop in 12 to 18 months later with, you know, essentially like a Pokemon Yellow or
But, like, the third...
Yeah. Which is the... And here's the one which heavily integrates Pokemon Go.
I guess, like, the latter seems fine. I feel like the differing, like, editions... The weird thing about them is that, like, they have to be similar enough that you feel like that there really isn't a need to choose between the 2 products outside of, like, cosmetics. Like, for example, you know, all the other Pokemon games, like, you can still get all the same Pokemon. There are some variations, like, one game has Manitrick, the other one has Houndoom, like, stuff like that. But you can trade for those. It's not a big deal. But if they get 2 different, I feel like you'll end up in, like, the Fire Emblem, like, Fates problem.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, you're more aggressively pushed into buying all the versions to get the complete experience. And, like, I understand that there's a significant population of Pokemon that does that already. But, I mean, that's mostly outside of my experience because those people are generally just collectors. They want all the Pokemon, and that's the only reason to get both editions. I mean, I guess you get slightly different cutscenes, a la, like, X and Y, where, like, the motivation of, like, the big boss is different. Like, they want to infuse the world with beauty versus they want to burn the world to the ground. Like, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not super different. I didn't need to play Y to understand what was going on in Y. Like, it's all the same stuff with slightly different dialogue. I'll watch a cutscene.
Sure.
Yeah, and honestly, as long as you have friends, you know, you're still able, as long as you guys, like, work it out that you get the different versions, you're gonna be able to get all the Pokemon eventually. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. And, like, I feel like, at least in its current state, the mainline population, they're trying to get to battle as quickly as possible. Like, if Pokemon Go had launched alongside, say, even, like, Gen 2, maybe Gen 3, I feel like there would be more overlap between those populations. Because back then, the game was still a lot simpler, and the game was mostly about the grind until you could get to someone else. And Go is still very much about the grind. Like, you have to be out there, like, every day, catching pokes, spinning gyms and stuff. And, like, in the mainline games, it kind of was like that for a while when we didn't know how EV training worked, or, like, how we didn't have a idea of how breeding trees or, like, inherited moves worked. But we have that knowledge now. And Pokemon Go doesn't have those mechanics nor that knowledge. So, like, the mainline, I feel like the mainliners would get bored with a Pokemon Go augmented traditional game. Mm-hmm. And Pokemon Go players that are introduced to it would mostly get confused. And that's why, like, I don't really have beef with Let's Go. Because while, like, I mean, it helps that they tell us it's not a mainline game, but it speaks more to, like, the Pokemon Go community, because they're not talking to me about things like EV training or, like, breeding Pokemon or, like, inherited moves or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Even so, though, like, you don't, like, have to do that stuff to have fun playing Pokemon. That's just if you want to play, like, competitively.
Right.
Because I certainly do not do any of that. I am far too lazy. That's too much work for my Pokemon game. That's too much work for my legal dogfights.
No, I feel that. Like, there was this period of time where I was hatching eggs. Oh, and hatching is so much easier in games now because you get the bike.
Yeah.
And so, like,
or the roller skates.
Let's go roller skates.
Yes.
But there's like the central French town in X and Y. There's like a circle in the center of like the building. And what I would do, I would actually put a penny like under my circle pad just so I would keep running in circles until like my egg would hatch. And I could just let it sit there for like 10 minutes and that'd be the whole thing. As opposed to like, you know, actually walking 7 kilometers. But, you know, like it's a different experience. Mm-hmm. Like it's fine, but like it's not the same, I think. I'm not sure they would mesh well because of what we're able to do with the games.
Mm.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, a lot
Pokemon.
of Pokemon. What else? We're still playing Nier. It's still good. Mm-hmm. There's so much, everything feels like slightly off from Automata, which I think is like the point of Automata. Mm-hmm. But the soundtrack is still like 100% on point. Like, it's so good. Automata did such a good job of like mimicking the original sound design of that game. Of Nier, like regular Nier. It's good time. I was like, dang! So they did like a lot of work to make it sound and feel the same, but just like more expansive. So like, good on them. Good on them. Where Alex and I are still playing Sushi Striker: The Way of Sushino. It's still good dumb fun.
Okay.
So Alex was using the touch controls, so like, he's touching his Switch screen directly. And he's like, it's so much easier to do it that way. And I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. But, I don't know, I just can't get, like, behind that philosophy. I don't know, that seems like more of a problem with me than with him.
So, I mean, like, can't you just get, like, a screen cover?
Yeah, I mean, we do have screen covers. We both have screen protectors, because I did not have a screen protector initially because, you know, I didn't pick one up initially, and my cat promptly walked on the screen and scratched it, with his little back claws. What a little shoot. Anyway, but it's not his fault, it's my fault. I shouldn't have left it on the ground. That was me, and I know it. So it's not his fault, it's my fault. But, like, so we both got screen protectors and stuck them on there real quick.
Tegan, that sounds like victim blaming. Your cat's an asshole.
No, he didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't. Victim blaming is, my cat's an asshole when he tries to eat my pie because he knows he's not supposed to. But he didn't know at the time that he shouldn't walk on the Switch screen.
Uh-huh.
He's a cat. That's what cats do. They walk on stuff. And I let him walk, like, on all my other stuff, on my fabric and, like, that kind of stuff, so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, baby. Leave my baby boy alone. He didn't know.
Yep.
He didn't
Brian
know.
just doesn't believe you, Tegan. We gotta move on.
But, yeah. And I'm still playing Bang Dream. And I'm starting to full combo stuff.
Hey!
Working real hard. I'm only full comboing, like, songs I like. So, obviously, the Sailor Moon theme song I have full comboed on easy. And I'm working to full combo it on normal. And same for Digimon's theme, Butterfly. But I'm not good. Like, I watched some videos last night, in the early hours, and I mean the real early hours of, like, actually 2 a.m., where I was like, well, I wonder what these look like on Expert. And so I started watching, like, the hard and Expert level ones, and, there's no way. There's no way.
Tegan, I believe. Let's get it.
I'm starting out how I believe most, tap people start. 2 fingers. You know?
Yeah.
Like hunt and peck. With some of the way that this stuff is going on expert mode, that's not gonna fly. I'm gonna need at least 4 fingers. And I don't think I could do that.
When I used to mess around with Vose, I played on a friend's Switch.
Yeah.
And I really like that game because you can, like, really piano.
You can really piano.
Yeah. Like, you can actually play, like, I mean, you probably can't use thumbs because the screen's not that big.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I was consistently using 3 fingers, like, on each hand. So, like, 6 fingers total. And there were a couple of the songs, like, the 12s and 15s, that, like, I would use 4 fingers on each hand. But, like, I had to, like, layer them. So, like, the middle 2 fingers would overlap.
Okay.
And that game was a lot of fun. I love tap games. I don't play enough of them, but, like, I usually don't vibe with enough of the songs to play for longer than, like, maybe 10 hours.
Okay, fair enough.
But I love the act of, like, tap games. And, like, I love chiptune and, like, anime nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
this is 100% anime nonsense. There's an anime to go with this anime nonsense tap game. That's how anime it is. But, like, and it's real, like, the songs, the actual songs are good songs. Like, they have good producers behind these songs. Like, the in-game songs that aren't fan servicey songs. Which is, like, all the songs that are anime songs. But, like, I'm just not good enough. The girls are all cute, and, like, the costumes are real fun, and the gacha pulls actually aren't too bad.
Okay.
Because, like, you can earn stars. So the way that you do the pulls is you have to trade in stars, or tickets. And they give out tickets for tiering in events, and there's, like, an event every couple days.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, right now there's a Tanabata event going on.
Right.
And so for the event, they've created a gacha that has an increased chance of pulling happy characters, because happy characters score extra points in the event. And, then there's the regular, like, gacha, the Tanabata event for, like, specifically the characters who are effective in the event, regardless of what they're happy, like, what type of character they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten some cute characters and some cute costumes from that. So, like, I'm not mad. Like, there isn't any card that I'm like, holy fuck, I need this card yet. So I haven't been disappointed with any of my pulls. And because I'm still, like, I'm only level 30. I don't know how high the levels go in this game, but I'm only level 30. So I don't have, like, a ton of girls anyway. Uh-huh. So, like, getting doubles at this point does not disappoint me. And because I'm only using the free stars that I get, like, from completing live shows and sign-in bonuses and that kind of thing, like, I don't feel like I need to spend money, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It feels good. I'm excited to wear the costume when it comes in.
As long as you're not, like, dropping, like, what, $70 on, like, a new...
I mean, I'm gonna drop $180 on some character glasses, so,
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Here, I'll link them to you. That's all the glasses. I'm getting 2 pairs of glasses. They ship with plain lenses in them, and then I have to take them to my optometrist and have my actual glasses put in them. But they're cute! I'm excited. I'm gonna get Mimi's and I'm gonna get TK's. They're both gonna look good, I think. Like, they're both good colors for me, and they're both shapes that I've had before in glasses, so I'm not, like, I don't think I'll look weird.
I like TK's.
Yeah, they look good! I like the little Patabean colors and then Seraphimon on the side. Yes. good. Mimis are like a nice green. I like green. Green works for me. But I used to, when I was a small child, and I was first getting glasses, I got glasses that almost exclusively looked like Izzy's. Almost exclusively. They were all wireframe, and they were all like that sort of round shape, and they were almost all purple. I don't know.
That's cool.
I've
always been high-key, low-key jealous of glasses. That's just that's the life I've lived.
You, too, can buy these glasses because they come with plain lenses.
Oh, but then, like, someone will realize that my glasses are fake, and then, like, they'll expose me, and it'll break my heart.
No one's gonna judge you that your glasses are fake. Glasses are worn as a fashion statement now anyway, it doesn't matter. But also, like, you could just be like, oh yeah, I just need them for reading. Because, like, that is a thing.
Jeez.
So...
Then I'd have to read.
No, you don't.
Okay.
You can wear them while you're playing video games, because you do have to read a screen at that point.
That's true. What about you, Brian? Would you trash me for wearing fake glasses?
I'm gonna say no, but I might be lying.
That's fair. I appreciate the honesty, my guy. Oh, that's funny.
Aww.
Okay.
Glasses are fun.
Glasses are fun.
Glasses are fun, says the girl who's had glasses since she was, like, 7. I have a very vivid memory of, like, the first year that I had glasses, and at one point, like, I took them off so I could, like, wipe them on my shirt, you know? Because they get all blurry and you can't see out of them. And the little boy who was sitting across from me was like, you know, Tegan, first you looked weird with glasses, and now you look weird without glasses.
Okay, kid.
I was like, thanks! I think, you know, when you're like 7, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Life lessons. People change. It's cool.
Right,
but yeah, so Brian, what is Hood Slam?
Hood Slam is a thing. Okay, so I guess there's like the real definition of Hood Slam, and then there's like what Hood Slam pretty much is. So Hood Slam is a like underground professional wrestling / performance art piece that happens in Oakland, California. And
that's very specific.
Yes, and it's 21 and up, and they've gotten kicked out of a few venues over the years. They've been in their current venue for a while. They haven't gotten kicked out yet, but I think they're on their 4th venue. And like it used to be that the only way you could see Hood Slam if you didn't live in the Oakland area was buying some ratty DVDs off their fucking website, so that way you could see their silly characters, because the show is max legit silly. It's pretty fantastic. You might see Drugs Bunny fight Scorpion.
What? What? Who?
Yes. Drugs Bunny.
Who? What?
His name is Drugs Bunny. Alright, so... Hood Slam has started broadcasting their shows on Twitch.
Mm-hmm. True. What a time to be alive.
Yep. And, they were on the 6th, and so I watched some Hood Slam. It was a good time. I watched various things like the return of Joey Ryan from the dead. I watched Joey Ryan throw 3 men with his dick.
That is the thing that happened.
Yep. And a recurring character known as Serial Man changed into a new character, which is Hollywood Serial Hogan. Which is still a man made of cereal.
But now he has a Hulk Hogan imprint.
Yeah. It's weird, man. Like, they just do not give a fuck. Like, there's a tag team called the Stoner Brothers. They just come out, like, smoking drugs. Like, they don't even care. Like, they just fucking don't even care. Like,
smoking drugs?
Yes.
Yeah. Drugs can be smoked.
Yeah.
Not a specific one, though? Is it a specific one?
Tegan?
It's crack, isn't it?
Tegan.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Tegan, which is funnier? Smoking weed or smoking drugs?
Neither.
What do you mean?
Fuck it.
Smoking drugs. Oh, my God. Rip that guy.
I give up. But yeah, like it's fun. It is really like a combination of like going to like the most weird scattershot poetry reading you've ever seen, plus a wrestling show, plus like Mugen. It's wild. I'm glad it's on Twitch now. There's another show the 15th. I'm gonna watch that. So I guess that's the quick version. I did touch base with Rocky last night, and I was like, you should know about Hood Slam. And I guess in theory, you too could have gotten on the Hood Slam train, Tegan, but because I did message the group, but unfortunately, what's
I
that?
have deleted Facebook from my phone.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You guys message a lot, and I'm just like, I don't see any of it until I log into Facebook 2 days later.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Well, you're doing your part to make sure that Mark Zuckerberg is not the second richest man in the world. Spoilers, he's the second richest man in the world.
Dang it.
Dang it.
Yeah. Guess I've been playing Hearthstone.
Okay.
And I might make a real run for Legend this month since I'll have more time.
Yay! Run for Legend.
I'd love to see Legend Salacious Drift. Legend Festival Hardbody.
Man, look. All fucking festival places gimmick decks. Like, every time I see him on BattleNet, I'm like, yo, like, what deck you got? And he's like, I'm running a Galvadon deck. And I'm like, man, just fuck off. Just, like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, man, it's all about Galvadon. I'm all about that last Kaleidosaur. I'm like, festival, look. Don't. Just don't. He does not care. Like, he will go out there trying to run mill decks. That guy. That guy. Yep.
Fuck that guy.
Festival's a good dude, but like, it's kind of bullshit. I'd rather not play with them.
Yep.
Nah, that's not true. I need to play with Festival just so like I don't get caught by the dumb shit like on stream. I would hate that.
Yeah.
That'd be the worst.
It seems like there is a new deck storming the meta, like, right now. It is a variation on old school Zoolock that incorporates two new thematic elements to the deck, which is extensive healing, which is wild for a Warlock deck. Yeah, like tons of healing cards in a Warlock deck. But they're all like cheap bullshit cards, so that way they still fit within the Zoo archetype. Mm-hmm. And running Prince Keleseth. So running Keleseth plus healing means that like if you get that Keleseth draw early, then like all of your cheap creatures are just that much stronger, and you can just keep on drawing because you can keep on healing. Like when I was playing yesterday and today, something like half my matches was this deck.
Yeah.
Yep. My guess is that like the anti-tech will like start to emerge by like Wednesday, which means that hopefully we can all just get back to fucking doing what we're doing. Yeah. So I guess that's what's going on. Would y'all care to discuss the news?
I mean, I guess.
Fuck. Alright, let's go.
You mean, I guess.
If you have kids, I apologize in advance because it looks like that your kids are going to have trouble paying attention in class because there's some stuff happening in Fortnite. It looks like the rocket hiding in Snobby Shores had launched, colliding with reality itself and creating a huge visible rift in the sky. The rifts are now appearing in new places, like Lonely Lodge, alongside a strange purple mist. And if you log in at particular times, you'll see objects consumed by the rifts. The motel northwest of Anarchy Acres has seen its sign vanish mysteriously. Fans have also watched the Tomato Head mascot over Uncle Pete's Pizza in Tomato Town disappear completely. Given the Fortnite community, it's not surprising that players decided to mourn the loss of Tomato Head. Some have picked up the Tomato Head skin released back in April and are gone to prostrate themselves before their fallen god. Fans believe the next season will be time travel based because they believe Epic Games is dropping hits. Today's store update for Fortnite Battle Royale offers a host of noir themed skins, and there's a new detective office in Retail Row.
So, all right.
Is it about to get wibbly wobbly?
I guess in late breaking news, like after this story was added to our show doc, a fucking hamburger showed up in the desert outside of Palmdale.
I heard about the hamburger.
Rocky, as a person who participates in Fork Knife, what is happening?
Yo, dude, this is you know what this actually feels like to me? It does feel like they're doing Time Splitters, but like, right. You know what I mean? Like, in Time Splitters, there's just a bunch of wacky shit happening all over the place. And there definitely still is, but there's still a functioning game under it. You know? Like, Time Splitters was, like, wonky with, like, the way that you would shoot or, like, running around. And they put you on these, like, episodic missions that made zero sense. In this game, they just kind of do the episodic wacky shit around you, but you still get to run around and shoot each other. That's like the whole thing. I think it's neat. I'm actually very interested in like this. Well, it is kind of an MMO FPS, but like there aren't pervasive characters. But that's not the deal. I think that's really interesting. I like that idea and what like Epic is doing at the moment.
So, do you think that this is something which is like bigger or smaller than them rolling out a new map?
It's definitely smaller than a new map. Well, okay. It depends what you mean by new map. Because, like, what they've been doing is they've been changing the map as it exists. And I guess arguably that's a new map. But it's still the same island. They just keep doing shit to it.
So, I mean, what I mean by new map is, like, are they heading toward a future where there are two hoppers and, like, you might queue into a map in the original map zone and because there was a lot of people speculating before that hamburger was found that they were hinting around rolling a desert map. And then they found that hamburger in the desert. And I'm sure that guy's a plant. The guy who found it was like, oh, wow, I found this hamburger. I'm like, sure you did, buddy. You found a fucking hamburger in the desert.
I mean, it looks like it's a pretty big hamburger.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, what reason did he claim to have that he was out there in the desert? I think it was something like he was scouting a photo shoot or something.
I mean,
but
let's assume he could be a plant. Like, it's fine. That doesn't hurt anyone.
He's fine. But considering that there were already people saying, like, we suspect that what's going on here is that they're about to roll out a new map, which is a desert biome. The hamburger showing up in a desert seems like more fuel to that fire, or to add to that speculation.
So, I think one of the things that I really like about Fortnite is how simple it is and how simple it is to start playing. Like, regardless of the fact that there's a lot of information to be obtained, the short version is that you're jumping off of a bus, you land on the map, you grab a gun, you shoot people until you die or everyone else is dead. And that's it. That's the whole thing. And so I really hope that Fortnite never actually gets a separate map, but that they just keep augmenting the one that we're on. And obviously we're going to run into diminishing returns at some point, but I really like the idea that the only thing that's changing about Fortnite is the map itself. I mean, you get new skins and everything, but the mechanics are kind of the same. There are new guns, and there's other stuff that's going on, and they did in small amounts, they added vending machines, they added the porta-forts, they added new guns, they added movie sets, but then all of a sudden we have rifts and shit opening up, and I think that's really cool that this space is what's transforming around us, but they're doing balance tweaks with the game and whatnot, but that's not the important change. That's not what's drawing your attention. And so if they released a completely new map, I feel like all that would really do would be to compromise one of the strongest points of playing Fortnite, which is its simplicity, and I'd rather them not do that.
So it's getting more wild. So it looks like even hotter news, late breaking news. Somebody went out to the coordinates in the desert where the burger was found, and there was somebody out there claiming to be a, quote, secret agent, and gave the person a business card which only had a telephone number on it, and instructed them to call the number. This appears to be the beginning of an ARG.
An ARG?
Augmented reality game.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And so people are calling the number, and it's just weird noises, and so people are now trying to run it through a spectrogram to see if it leads to the next
Let's
clue.
go.
Yeah, it feels like they're full. I at this point, I think second map is happening.
ARGs are
Arcs
fun,
are
though.
fun. I don't think second map, dude. Or if it is, I hope it's still simple. I hope that what happens is that you drop into a map, and the bus already went through a portal. Well, okay, then we're back at the Splatoon problem, I think, which is where the limited maps are trapping you in to a certain game experience. I guess.
Here's what happens. There are portals throughout the map that you continually accidentally walk through, ending up on the different map.
But what if you get to last 5, and then first thing you gotta do, you gotta figure out where they are, and what if they're just in the alternate map, and you just can't get to them because the portals are too far removed. Well, maybe this one.
No, I think they'd keep the portals where that
circle is.
It doesn't matter how small the circle is. If there's a portal there, you can access it. Because otherwise, the portal would be outside of that circle, and then the people in it would just die.
Yeah, that's true.
That is a bullshit secret agent car.
Wait.
For those of you
Wait, this is a real burger in a real desert.
Real burger in a real desert.
The entire time I was reading about this, I was thinking in the desert in
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
But there's no desert in Fortnite. That's the thing.
Right.
Right. Oh boy. Whoa, that's a weird burger.
Yes, it's a weird burger.
I'm glad that, like, the part of this that Tegan is hung up on is just the fucking burger, which has been around forever, because she's never seen it before. So, like, she doesn't even, like, get to, like, be mesmerized by, like, the fact that, like, Epic has obviously made this fake police car, and it's got some, like, asshole standing around in the desert handing out business cards.
This is a regular car they just painted. Yeah. Like, it's not like they did a whole, like, shit ton of work making a fake-ass police car. They just painted a car.
Well, Epic had to buy a fucking car to ruin.
Well, I mean, Epic's got ruined.
I mean, yeah, but that's a business expense. You could just write that off.
Yeah, and it's not like Epic isn't, like, shooting money out of their collective asses.
Right, exactly. So, chump change. We want to buy a car and start an ARG. But the most expensive part is going to be commissioning this weird-ass hamburger that we're going to then drop in the middle of a desert, unbeknownst.
Man, they probably already made that money back just by continuing to be Fortnite. Wow.
Yeah, so
I assume there's a road that these guys have then pulled off of to get to this desert part. But, like, so that hamburger had to be transported in, like, at minimum, a good-sized U-Haul. Yeah. And then, because I don't see any tire tracks, somebody had to go out and muss up the ground enough to make it look like they didn't just deposit a hamburger there on a U-Haul.
Well, actually, that's one of the features of, like, the desert with a bunch of soft sand. The wind will do that for you.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to get there too early. What if someone was following your U-Haul?
That is a possibility. But,
We just saw this U-Haul leave the headquarters of Epic Games. Let's follow it.
So there are people now combing Iowa.
Iowa?
Yeah.
Why are we going to Iowa?
Because the number on the business card is an Iowa number.
Area code?
Which means that, like, they deliberately went to the effort of getting an Iowa number. So there are some people who, like, are, like, checking the location of a real-world meteorite crash in Iowa.
Shit, let's go!
Oh, God, this is good!
Yeah. So, like, Jesus Christ, like, it cannot be overstated how much money fucking Epic is making off of this game.
I love this kind of shit.
What a time to be alive, guys.
Oh, man.
This reminds me of in, like, 2009, maybe, where, like, the military was trying to see how fast false information spread online, and so they released, like, 7 red weather balloons, and they were like, first team to find it gets $10,000.
Oh, shit. That's wild. Brian, write us an ARG, and we'll do it for Christmas. It'll be great.
And ARGs need a budget.
We have a budget.
We do have a budget. We'll
$0.
Guys, we'll figure it out. Brian, we'll scale it down if we have to. Just write the ARG. It'll be fun.
Fantastic. Hey. I'll take that under advisement.
Yes.
That
means he'll do it, right?
Think about it.
That's corporate speak for I'll do it.
It's something that I kind of want to do, but I don't know if we can really do it. But I'll think about doing it.
Oh, okay.
So Tegan, what else is going on?
What else is going on indeed? So, EA apparently does more than cancel games and lay people off.
Sounds fake.
I know, right? But, Jade Raymond revealed that her team at EA Motive Studios is working on a second unannounced game that's smaller in scope than the studio's big project. She described the second game as a passion project started by 3 developers. Quote, in Montreal we have a big IP and then we have a second project, and the thing that I'm really excited about is that project was totally born from 3 passionate people who just worked on a pitch in their spare time, says Raymond. Quote, they were super passionate, saying, let us prototype it, let us do it, and we managed to give them some space to get it done, because it was exciting. People saw what was going on, and more people wanted to join their team. Now it's a fully fledged project, so we were able to get that going within Motive. which I think is one of the benefits of having a smaller studio. Raymond became head of EA Motive 3 years ago to start up a new studio under the multinational video game company. Raymond hired designers such as Portal designer Kim Swift. The studio is currently involved with several games, including a potential new Garden Warfare title and Visceral Star Wars game.
Man.
I mean, it could be cool, but I don't trust EA. And I know Jade Raymond is actually pretty cool. And I really hope that at least this smaller game gets made, but I don't want them to burn down their studio to do it.
Like, I feel like there's... Man, I feel like there's things here that say that, like, a studio could burn down, and then things here that say a studio could thrive and survive. Like, there are conflicting... There's conflicting data here. There's conflicting data. A lot of pieces and parts.
On the one hand, it's EA.
EA.
On one hand, it's
On
EA.
the other hand, it's EA Montreal.
Yeah, like one of the things I'm intrigued by is the idea that, you know, she's like, this started as a project by 3 people, and other people wanted to like sign on, and so we gave this thing a budget and, like, you know, allocated a team to it. I wonder if one of those people if one of those 3 employees was Kim Swift, because like that seems like a way to bury the fucking lead. Because if she's like, one of our games right now is a new game from the game designer for Portal, that seems like the kind of thing that they could just, you know, do a mic drop moment.
I feel like that would get them in trouble with
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, no, I mean, like that's why you you don't say that it's Kim Swift's game now. So that way some guy can stand on stage at E3 next year and be like, and now he's an exciting
game.
Yeah.
From Kim Swift.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Like,
dun. And then, like, the lights cut out, and the music drops, and then the trailer starts.
Yep.
And then everyone fucking loses their mind, because holy shit, it's Portal 3!
Well, I mean, it's not going to be Portal 3, but it's going to be
Portal 3.
a new game from Kim Swift, which people will fucking lose their, you know, minds over. Like, her resume has got, like, Portal, Half-Life 2, like, there.
It's Half-Life 3! Portal
Yeah.
Edition!
Oh my God. Half-Life through with Portals would actually be dope, though, but it's not happening.
100 turrets fall into a testing chamber. I'm making Alex laugh.
So I think that the fact that they've got multiple irons in the fire is a good thing. The fact that they have multiple irons in the fire and one of them is not Star Wars is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I do not trust EA's relationship with Disney, and I do not trust Disney's relationship with EA. But they're obviously giving Raymond more money than they gave Amy Hennig. You know, Visceral was not, you know, as we've been through on the show, like, Visceral was not that big comparatively when, like, comparing it to, like, other AAA studios. Like, at peak time during the development of the ragtag Star Wars game, like, Visceral had 80 people on staff, and Motive is already a 2-studio development house. There's 2 different locations, each one working on a different project. So, like, they've given more latitude, more money to Raymond. So I'm curious as to, like, how this is going. And, like, we don't know what the Star Wars thing that Motive has. We don't know if they're the studio which is repurposing the assets from Hennig's game, or if it's a different Star Wars thing. Like, I am curious. I don't know. Like, fingers crossed. Hope they keep their jobs. Yeah. Now, but speaking of people and whether or not they should keep their jobs, so Sean Layden is continuing to shit the bed.
All right.
Uh-oh.
So Sony continues to do their thing. So somebody was interviewing Todd Howard from Bethesda, and he indicated that they had looked into crossplay for Fallout 76. And wait for it. Crossplay will not exist in Fallout 76 because, quote,
PlayStation's an ass!
Quote, we would love to do that, but it's not possible. Sony isn't being as helpful as we want them to be.
PlayStation's being an ass! I fucking called it.
Gee,
Nice.
who would have guessed?
Wow. Why are you afraid of Nintendo
They're
users?
afraid of everybody. They're worried.
Why are you afraid? Let us play with our friends!
And it's not even in this case Nintendo users, because Fallout 76 isn't launching on Switch, it's launching on Xbox. So it's like,
Right?
but how much damage is Sony willing to sustain to their brand before like, they will have to cave on this. Like, it is not a matter of if they will ever cave on this. At some point, it will do so much. Yeah. It will do so much damage to them, they have to cave. But I just wonder, like, how long do they think they can hold out? Like, because there are going to continue to be, like, big name marquee titles that will come out that publishers are going to say, yeah, we want to do cross-platform. Everybody else is on board. Unless Sony starts doing shit like putting a clause in their contracts that say, like, you can't say that you wanted to do cross-platform, or you can't say that we're the reason that you're not doing cross-platform. And if they dare to put that in any of their developer contracts or any of their publisher contracts, that shit is going to get leaked. That clause existing, which I think would do even more damage to them. What do you think? Like, if Fortnite wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back, what do you think will be?
What if Sony's really trying to burn it all down? Like, what if they don't? Because Microsoft has actually spoken openly for a very long time that they want a large and open gaming like ecosystem.
Yep.
Nintendo has been reluctant. They have slowly warmed to like online play, and they're just getting into it. But they aren't, prepared, is what I'd say. But what if Sony is just straight up saying, you know what? No, we don't want a cross-platform future. And let's say they refuse. Like, let's say I don't think they'll turn down, like, the big, like, FPS, like, multiplayer, like, games. But what if they just, like, dive really hard into single-player experiences? Like, they've been proving recently that they've been doing those and doing those very effectively. And what if Sony's future does not include crossplay, and they just simply decide to not do it, and it's going to be a blemish, but I'm not sure if it'll get louder than Fortnite.
Well, the issue is going to be stuff like the games which have like the multi-platform games with ongoing, sustainable, large populations. So not like your Fortnites where they burn bright and it may eventually dim, but there are always motherfuckers playing Madden. There are always dudes playing Call of Duty. And it feels like at this point that cross-platform is an inevitable part of the future for those titles. Like, if nothing else, between like Xbox and PC. And for stuff like FIFA, it'll probably inevitably be Xbox, PC, and Switch. So I think that, like, the thing that will be the death of a thousand cuts for this policy for Sony isn't necessarily going to be a single gigantic title, but it is going to be a holiday shopping season where like moms are standing in like Walmarts and GameStops and what have yous, and the employees telling them, well, if you buy them one of these, then they can play with their friends. If you buy them this one, they can only play with people who have a PlayStation. Like right now, it's a few very like high profile titles. Like, yes, I know that there are more things on Switch and Xbox than these 3 titles at this point that are cross-platform compatible, but I do know that the 3 biggest deals that we can point to right now are Fortnite, Minecraft, and Rocket League. The fact that like people can play with each other across those platforms for those 3 games is a big deal, but I think it is going to be like the sustained onslaught of like things that you buy as boxed retail experiences. Because the primary delivery system for those 3 games is a digital purchase. Moms don't buy Fortnite because Fortnite is free to start. Most people buy Minecraft as a digital experience because it's people want to never have to take a disc out. It's one of those. And Rocket League is primarily purchased digitally because of the cost difference between a boxed experience and a digital download for it, and the fact that it lived so long as a digital download before it was ever available as a boxed experience. So parents haven't really been presented that opportunity yet to be told you're locking your kid into a closed ecosystem with this purchase. But I think that will be the moment that makes them stop doing this, when like there are people in stores reciting to parents the reasons why like an Xbox or a Switch is a better purchase.
Already it's starting. So your kid wants to play this game. Do you know what systems his friend has?
Yeah.
Like that's a starting question I've heard in Targets, GameStops, and Best Buys. What system does your kid's friends have?
Also, one thing I do want to say, I think this anti-crossplay position that Sony's digging into is specifically versus Microsoft. I know an outlier is Fortnite, because Fortnite's connected to the Epic account, and so like it locks you to PS4 or otherwise. But I mean, there are other games that have crossplay with PS4 versus the Switch, like BlazBlue Cross Tag, and there was another one I was thinking about.
BlazBlue doesn't offer Switch crossplay.
Wait, no, yeah, they're right. They are separate servers.
Yeah.
It's just game on 2 different things.
Yeah.
Okay, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't think there's a way for Sony to reasonably win the online crossplay like war. Like I don't, and I don't think Nintendo will win it either. Like I think, because of the infrastructure and the sheer amount of money that they're able to throw at it, in addition to the acquisitions that they've made in the past months, Microsoft is going to win the like cross-play online ecosystem game. I don't think there's anyone that can really beat them, and I think Sony knows it. So Sony is trying to not let that happen as quickly as possible by holding its own like population hostage, which obviously isn't a good idea. But I don't know what other options are really available to them.
I think that one of the things that may be holding them back, this is a little bit of a harebrained theory, but go with me on this. I feel like this makes sense. What's something you still cannot do on a PlayStation, on the PlayStation Network, that you can do in the Xbox ecosystem?
I gotta default to you on that one, man. I don't know.
Okay. Change your username.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. There are some issues with the fact that when Sony built their network. They did some like old-fashioned infrastructure stuff that they never got rid of. Now, when Microsoft moved from the OG Xbox to the 360, they did a clean break in between those two generations. They said, like, look, there's some old-style network architecture stuff here that's going to hold the network back. We have to cut it off now. So, like, going forward, there will be a new Xbox Live, and you're going to get new Xbox user IDs, and they made that break, at this point? 12 years ago? Because they did the break in between, I guess at this point, 13 years ago. But because they did the break in between the OG Xbox and the 360, so that way they could make modern changes that would allow for stuff like username changes, spaces appearing in usernames. But Sony never did that. Sony never upgraded their network, which is why, like, there's so much, just absolutely raggedy slapdash bullshit with PSN. And I'm wondering if one of the reasons that they don't want to offer crossplay is that it will expose comparatively how shitty their network is. Like, I always dread having to download anything from the PlayStation Store, because I'm like, well, downloading something from the PlayStation Store, let me go do something that'll take just as long, so that way I can, be ready when it's done. Like, I don't know, I'll bake a turkey, maybe chisel a granite sculpture. Like,
How long does it take you to bake a turkey? You live in a desert. Just stick it outside for a while.
That's not how
meat works, Tegan.
Tegan, please.
What?
You can cook an egg like that. But that's about it, man.
What?
It just,
What?
the PlayStation Network really sucks. And as long as you're looking at it in isolation, they can put some lipstick on it. But if you're not looking at it in isolation, you're like, oh wow, like it kind of seems like my friends are having a cleaner, better experience. That's a better network. Yeah. I mean, one of the things I know we mentioned the last couple of weeks is at this point, over a year ago, Sean Layden said, ask me in a year about the ability to change your name on PlayStation Network. Still not done. Still hasn't happened. It's like, okay, Sean, we want to ask you in a year, just like we're going to ask Reggie. When people said, like, Reggie, where's Mother 3? And he said, ask me in a year. Like, apparently we got some asking for you guys who said, ask me in a year.
But what if you actually get to Reggie, right? Like, Reggie's just, like, standing there. It's like, hey, Reggie, what's going on with Mother 3? And it's like, oh, for sure. He just reaches into his, like, coat and just hands you a copy. It's on GBA. It's fully translated.
Right? He's just like, here you go, my dudes. You waited, and you're still asking for it, so here you go. Hope you enjoy.
And then, like...
It's available right now. Digital download on the eShop for Game Boy and Switch. Take Mother 3 on the go.
Mother 3 is only available as a cross-platform download from the PlayStation Network.
Oh my god. Alright. I mean, I guess, dude. You act like I'm not gonna download it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm kind of like keying in on the impossibility of the situation there. Rocky, what else is going on?
Like, I mean, I'm not in Australia, but, like, I love Australia. I mean, their money's weird. But otherwise, they're cool. And it looks like they're gonna get We Happy Few, so congrats to them. Earlier, back in May, We Happy Few was denied classification by Australia's classification board, but the organization's review board has reconsidered that ruling and has allowed the game to have an R18+ rating. Without classification, a game cannot legally be sold in Australia. So reversing the initial refuse classification decision, instead rating the game R18, will now allow it to be sold in the country, though only to persons over the age of 18. The board's original decision stemmed largely for the fact that it believed the content of We Happy Few fell under Section 1A of the National Classification Code's Computer Games Table, dealing with games that feature, quote, matters of sex, drug misuse, or addiction, crime, cruelty, violence, or revolting or abhorrent phenomena in such a way that they offend against the standards of morality. That kind of sounds dope. I'm in.
Revolting or abhorrent phenomena?
Are you in or are you in, Brian?
I'm in.
What's it called? In the statement shared by the review board... Oh my god, please stay still. Sorry. In a statement shared by the review board, it was explained that games must keep drug use under a certain threshold to seek release in Australia. And by the sounds of it, We Happy Few scraped by just under that line. It just might be drugs. I want revolting and abhorrent phenomena. But otherwise, more games in Australia. I'm down.
Man, I feel for Australian gamers. They have got it so fucking bad over there.
They do.
Like first off, their games cost like the equivalent of $100 US. So many, like, even before you get into the rating shit, so many publishers and developers just don't release anywhere near their full catalog there because of the cost of exporting to Australia. They're like, why would we send this there? Because it is so expensive to send it there, which means that they get less games overall, and then it has to go through the buzzsaw, which is the classifications board. Like, ew. Oh. I'm pouring out a giant Foster's can for you guys.
The whole can?
The whole can.
I don't know why...
Two
Foster's
koalas
isn't
down.
even super good, so...
Whenever I think of Folgers, I think of that weird, incest commercial that they ran.
Folgers?
Yeah. Folgers?
How do we get to coffee?
We secretly replaced Crikey's coffee with incest.
Jesus fuck.
Sorry, I just saw the red can in my memory, and then I remember that commercial. I kind of wish I hadn't, but whatever, it's fine. What else is going on?
Are you talking about that one where, two people are home for Thanksgiving, and it turns out they're brother and sister, but it looks like for the first 2/3 of the commercial that they're just fucking DTF? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know exactly the commercial you're talking about.
He introduces himself as, she, calls him brother immediately. But, the bedroom eyes never leave, and then she puts the bow on him. Dude, it's so tense. It's wild.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly the commercial you're talking about. It is some, fucking first search result on Pornhub shit. It is bad. It's bad.
I mean, it's not graphic, Tegan, but it's, dripping with subtext.
It's bothersome. It is bothersome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Man. I'm struggling. Tegan. Do you have anything which is less disturbing than coffee incest?
That was a good sound.
No. No,
okay.
I don't.
Well,
some of the Guild Wars 2 writers were dismissed after a Twitter fight.
Who's the job?
So Guild Wars 2 developer ArenaNet has fired writers Jessica Price and Peter Fries after the pair became involved in a divisive Twitter exchange with streamer Deror.
That works.
Let's go with that. Yeah.
Derorier? I'm trying. I'm sorry. I apologize, famous Twitter or famous streamer. Please understand. As reported by PC Gamer, Deror is partnered with ArenaNet through its content creator program, but got on the wrong side of Price after replying to a Twitter thread she wrote explaining the drawbacks of writing player-controlled characters in MMOs. Price used the thread to specifically shed light on why it's so difficult to make player character in MMOs compelling, especially compared to pre-designed characters in single-player games. Gerard replied to argue that branching dialogue options might be one way of giving players more ways to imbue their characters with personality, and suggested that the issue isn't unique to the MMO genre as Price had initially stated.
Come on, Gerard. Sorry, go ahead.
Price then highlighted Gerard's response and claimed his reply was both uninformed and condescending, especially considering her experience as a writer. Fellow scribe Fries defended her stance in a now-deleted tweet and claimed she never asked for feedback from Gerard or anyone else.
It's a bad idea.
I just want to pause this and say, like, don't fucking put it on Twitter if you don't want people to interact with it. They're fucking gonna do it whether you want them to or not. Okay. So, after seeing her reaction, Durar apologized for offending Price and insisted he was only trying to create dialogue and discussion. In most cases, that might have been the end of it, but ArenaNet president Mike O'Brien has now dismissed both Price and Fries after describing their tweets as an attack on the community.
That's whack. No.
Price
That's
is
fucking whack.
Yeah. That's what happened. So Price is concerned about the precedent the termination set, especially when it comes to the systematic online harassment faced by women in the industry. Sometimes the relationship between players and developers can border on abusive, and more often than not, studios fail to address that toxicity. Price also went on to say she believes her firing was an emotional reaction on the part of ArenaNet co-founder Mike O'Brien. He fired me personally, and the meeting was mostly him venting his feelings at me, she explained.
I hope she sues for wrongful termination.
I hope so too. There's a couple of things here. One, I think Durar was fine in saying, like, hey, like, here are some things that might make it feel like characters have more personality in their stuff. You know, just a couple different options, some dialogue options. Like, it can just have a blanket branched response from the person you're talking to in the like mainline quest, and then go right back to the regular dialogue that you're writing. Like, it can be that minor sort of thing, you know? And that's definitely something that's been happening a lot more in your single player experience in, like, regular games with your wheel options, you know? So I can see him logically going, like, hey, here's the thing that might help, you know? And then, like, when he sees her getting mad, I think it's important that he's like, oh, well, you know, my bad. You don't want feedback, that's fine. Like, I didn't mean to offend you. I was just trying to help ease your problems, but whatever. You know? And I feel like her, like, maybe it was just, like, she was sensitive about it based on maybe other things going on. Like, that were happening, like, outside the Twitterscape sort of thing.
So is this, like, something I think that's worth mentioning here is this idea that, people need to be always on now, that regardless of whether or not you are, because we live in a social media hellscape, you are always beholden to an employer or a potential employer, like, because, like, this is, the Twitter account in question is Jessica Price's personal Twitter account. So it's not like Durar was engaging ArenaNet when he engaged Jessica Price on Twitter. Mm-hmm. It is her personal Twitter account, and she, essentially chose to tell somebody to fuck off on Twitter, which, as near as I can tell, as long as you're not violating Twitter's toss, is, your right to do. Like, you're like, all right, fuck this person. But this idea that, like, we have this inescapable obligation now to be always acting as corporate actors and ambassadors of whatever brand we serve. Like, she does not have the liberty to tell someone to fuck off on Twitter because she is perceived as being in servitude to that brand at all times. Like, no, you cannot tell somebody who plays this game to fuck off, because it doesn't matter whether you're on the clock. It doesn't matter whether you're doing it from, like, an ArenaNet or a Guild Wars official account, because you are always in service of this brand. And I think
I see how it can be taken that way. I disagree. I think the firing is wrong, 100%. But I think it's less with the way that digital stuff works. You can censor yourself and phrase stuff so that it comes across as you want it to come across. You don't have that. You have less of a chance to foot in mouth with digital media because you don't have to tweet right away. You can wait. You can sit on that and make sure it says what you want it to say.
Right. Well,
and
but
I feel
if what she wants to say is fuck off.
Right. She can say fuck off, I think. But maybe just in a better way.
But you're talking about modifying or changing behavior.
I don't understand why people don't do this all the time. I do this all the time. If I'm getting angry about something, I specifically don't respond right away.
Okay.
I might type up a bunch of tweets and save them in my drafts and then go through them when I'm in a better mental place. But she could just be like, I'm not looking for feedback at this time, but I understand that from the perspective of a player, that could be a more appealing option. Like, that's something she could have said.
I think the problem is that as soon as you're modifying behavior outside of the context of a workspace in order to preserve your job, then that means that you are essentially always at work. Yeah. And I think that's the problem I have, is that, like, I also understand the idea of, like, hesitation and patience are the better part of valor. And so, like, I completely understand, like, what you do, Tegan. And if that's what somebody chooses to do, like, if they're like, what I want to do is pause, collect my thoughts, and maybe respond when I'm calmer, then I'm all for them doing that. But if what they want to do is blast from the hip in the moment from their personal Twitter account, then I don't think that they should feel any obligation to not do that because they're scared for their job.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think she should have been fired.
Honestly, I'm not even sure she was actually fired because of this. She apparently has been disruptive in the past, and I don't fault her for that. I think she's great. But
you think it might have just been a one more thing, one more
this might have
time
been a
sort of scenario?
Death with 1,000 cuts type of thing. Because honestly, like, this doesn't seem like a fireable offense, like, in any way, shape, or form. Like, even if it's, like, potentially bad for PR, like, she's a writer. Like, she doesn't have to regularly interact with the public. Like, you could just tell her, like, don't tweet at people about the game right now, or stuff like that, and, like, let it blow over. Like, this isn't gonna harm, like, Guild Wars' like, share price. Like, not really. Not over the long term. I guess someone could get mad enough to try to, like, get another woman fired, which is, like, dumb and annoying. But, like, firing her doesn't really help Guild Wars, I think. Like, it just, like, it allows them to pretend the problem didn't really happen. Because I read the exchange for what I was doing, actually, when you guys were talking. And what it looks like is just, like, Jessica Price was, like, talking about how it's difficult to do her job at, like, the level that she's at. And there's this guy, he's a player, and he's a streamer, so he probably has some sense of, like, how to, like, put a story together. But he was, like, I feel like he was stepping outside of his range. Like, he was speaking to her like a peer. And that's not what they were, And, like, he was just, like, I understand that, like, dialogue choices can add to characters, but, like, in an MMO, like, it's largely, like, unfeasible. And even then, like, MMO characters generally don't have a lot of character because the fun of the game is defining yourself through your own actions. And putting it through, like, a decision wheel is a way to do it, but it's probably not a good way considering how MMOs work. But basically she called the dude an asshat because, like, he was way too eager to throw in his 2 cents that was actually only worth 2 cents. And she got fired over it. That was the thing. Like, this guy, like, he's a streamer, he got yelled at by a writer on Twitter, and he's gonna go back to streaming. That's the whole shit. But, like, her boss decided, you know what? You and the guy that defended you, both of you are fired because we're not dealing with this story, which is barely anything to deal with in the first place. So I don't know. I'm not about it. And
I don't think this is the one thing that got this guy to fire Jessica Price, but it doesn't help that he decided to fire her over this particular thing.
It just, man, I don't know. I mean, for me, I guess where I end up on this is like, let's say, for the sake of argument, that like Jessica Price has a razor temper and was reacting in a way that, you know, wasn't proportional or qualified to the interaction, and that he is, you know, kind of a douche overstepping boundaries, but her response was outsized. Either way, you know, any way you put together those pieces of interaction, I still do not think that ArenaNet firing 2 employees over it is a good thing for the way people work today, regardless of whether or not they even work in video games.
Yeah, I agree. Could you imagine if I could get fired over tweeting so much about anime?
I mean, that's the thing, Tegan. Conceivably, you could. Like, you could wake up... is Ohio a right-to-work state?
Yeah, it is.
Right. So, but you could conceivably wake up on Monday morning and have your employer created a no anime policy on Sunday. You get to work.
No!
And then
I'd be
they just
immediately fired.
Right, and they just pull everybody who animes into a room, and it's like, you've animated.
Is a verb now. Let's go.
Anime is a verb. I would get in trouble, probably not because of my Twitter necessarily, but because of my entire collection of Sailor Moon pops that are at my desk. I got all the girls!
Shoutouts.
But yeah, oh god, I don't want to get fired over anime! It's not even lewd!
I mean, do you guys remember, Justine Sacco? Is this a name which rings a bell?
Not really. No.
No.
Okay.
Is she a gaming person?
She is not a gaming person.
Is she a YouTube people?
She is not a YouTube people.
Who is she?
She is mainly famous for a terrible tweet. So December 20th, 2013, Justine Sacco was sitting at her terminal getting ready to board a plane headed to South Africa. And she tweeted, "Going to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS. Just kidding, I'm white."
I'm already tired.
Wait, what? What?
Going to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS.
Oh, right, yeah, wait, I remember this. I saw an entire TED Talk about this, and she turned off her phone on the flight, and Twitter just ripped her to shreds and got in contact with her employer, and she landed and was immediately fired as soon as she turned her phone back on.
Wildin'.
I remember that. Oh, I remember that TED Talk. Oh.
And there's, I think that the problem that we have, and like I understand the problem is I'm not saying I agree with what ArenaNet did to these employees, but I understand why they did it, which is the part that is troubling, is that because of the how quickly communities mobilize now on the internet and how quickly outrage concentrates or focuses, that they're like, okay, so this employee of ours told a member of our community and a member of our player base in so many words to fuck off. What happens if in 12 hours or 24 hours our community mobilizes around this, or the Gamergate community mobilizes around this? but if we excise her now and say that this is unacceptable, like, I just find it terrifying, absolutely fucking terrifying. The idea of, and then I may get into it next week, but I'll just say that, like, right now, for reasons I won't explore, this week, like, I am carefully and very deliberately trying to overlook and curate and look into my entire online presence. Like, it just the idea of, like, a persistent, perfect footprint that exists always, just like, man, what if you say something that in the right moment is the right response in culture, but the world changes in 6 months, and something that you said or some belief that you maybe even still hold is no longer acceptable, and now you can get roasted for it 6 months later. I think about how, like, in 1994, something that Ben Affleck said to Kevin Smith was, he said that an actor kissing another man is one of the greatest challenges an actor can face. He said this in 1994, referencing kissing Jason Lee in the movie Chasing Amy. And his meaning was that Ben Affleck, was not a gay man, and that he needed to convey meaning in this kiss, and he didn't know how to do it. And then, like, Kevin Smith shared this moment between friends, but when he shared this moment between friends, he did so in 2017. And, like, the world is a markedly different place, but most of the places that reshared this Ben Affleck quote didn't do so with the context that it was a 23-year-old quote, which meant Ben Affleck got fucking roasted and called a homophobe. And it's just like, how do we balance appropriate, rapid response to when people are shitbags, and not creating a society that promotes complete and total corporate oversight of our personal lives in an effort to protect their business interest? Because when people move this quick, when people move as quick as they do, it is in a business's best interest to do shit like fire people over a Twitter exchange. How do we get the best of both worlds? I don't know. This is a question bigger than video games. Fuck it. We're supposed to be here to talk about fork knives. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like, I still feel like Ben Affleck deserved to get roasted for that quote. I don't think he deserved to be canceled, and I don't think he has been. Well, no, he's being canceled for other reasons, but that's not important. But I think the honest way to, like, live in a world where you're not decimated by, like, an out of context quote is, like, to stand with it, man. Like, I think, like, those are licks that, like, you gotta take sometimes. And, I mean, it's cool that it happened in 1984 and it was a moment among friends and, like, it ultimately blew over. But, like, it pops up again, and I feel like you need to be willing to talk about it. And, like, you gotta eat the side eyes, you know? Like, Ben Affleck isn't gonna explain that away to the gay community. And they're just like, yeah, you know, Ben Affleck's cool or whatever. They're just like, yeah, I mean, I guess he's alright. It was a long time ago. He didn't know any better. Whatever. And, like, it's gonna put a bad taste in their mouth, and it should. Like,
sure. And I guess one of the problems I see, I guess what I'm saying with the idea of things living in perpetuity is that we hopefully, and I say this is a case of, like, best case scenario, we hopefully live in a world where people attempt to engage in personal development, where people attempt to engage in growth, and people strive to be better and wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to brush my teeth today. I'm not that great. I'm not that great. But you know what? I can try to be great. I can try to get better. And, like, look at their lives and look at their histories and look at their faults and go, like, there are moments in my life that have been an unqualified fuck up, but you know what? Today I'm going to do the laundry. I'm going to get fucking better. Like, I don't know why this hypothetical dude is brushing his teeth and doing his laundry, but hopefully you get my meaning.
Dude. It feels very poignant, actually.
Yeah. Like, and I guess that's the thing, is that the idea is that if when your past lives forever, perfectly preserved, do you ever get to move past your past?
That's the whole right to be forgotten thing.
Yeah. And that's something which the EU has enshrined, the obligations of corporations to remove like aged data and aged material after people die. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like I think that like the idea that the right to be forgotten only being enforced in the EU upon people's death is rough shakes.
Well, it's also counterintuitive. Like, because I mean, like, data is ultimately useful somehow, and holding on to it is more valuable than like throwing it away. And so, like, I mean, it's it's like my friend who every time he plays an RPG, he'll hold elixirs the entire game, even though he's good enough to beat it, because he doesn't know when he'll need them. And so, like, I don't know, like, I feel like it applies to this as well, that we don't know what data will be valuable or useful to any or everyone, and so we hold on to as much as we can because we might as well. And obviously there's some drawbacks to that, which is why we have right for forgotten legislation in the EU. And I don't know, like it totally makes sense to me why right to be forgotten laws exist. But it also strikes me why that wasn't the initial thought in the first place.
Yeah. Like what was the name of that guy who stood up at one of the debates, one of the Trump-Hillary debates, who had the sweater, like the red sweater guy. God damn it. I'm blanking on his name. He like stood up. Ken Bone. Thank Christ, I was dying.
I mean, you were dying, but like I was willing to watch you flounder.
That's not the best news, Tegan.
Jesus. Well, now I know. Like, God, check out Vicious Tegan.
Oh.
Vicious Tegan is the Alolan type.
God.
Tegan.
Yo, she's the '90s anime woman that laughs in ho ho hos.
Yeah, like Ken Bone, he like stands up and he I can't even remember what he asked at the debate, but he stands up and like people see this guy in these glasses, and he got this fucking mustache, and he's got this red sweater on.
Oh yeah, the nerd dude.
Yeah, and like for about 2 days, people were like, Ken Bone, and he became kind of a meme. And then, like, as every media outlet ever, started to cover Ken Bone because he was a meme, people started to mine his history of everything he had ever said on the internet. Like, they found something on Reddit where he called pregnant women beautiful human submarines.
Oh, shit. That sounds amazing.
And, like, he was hanging out on, like, anime porn Reddit. And he apparently had a lot of thoughts about Dragon Ball Z. And, like, so there was a lot of shit that, like, offended varying degrees of people.
Yeah. So it wasn't the people's channel.
And right. And so like it's one of those things where like he stood up and he asked a question in a presidential debate, and arguably the loser of that debate was neither the fascist in charge nor the Clinton. It was Ken Bone, because Ken Bone chose to open his fucking mouth in public, which then revealed that he had ever opened his mouth before. Like, Jesus, like Ken Bone Reddit quote: "Japanese features, Brazilian curves. She could rule the world." It's like, God damn it, Ken Bone. You posted in a porn thread. Your life is over. You're.
I mean, like, but that's, that's the aesthetic.
He seems like a dude.
Yeah, he seems like the kind of dude that you see at a con who's definitely, like, a nice guy.
I get that.
But kind of creepy. Not one of the, like, really awful nice guys who's gonna fucking trash you on Twitter afterwards when you don't give him, like, your private info. But, like, the kind of guy who's probably gonna get some photographs of you that maybe, you didn't agree to be taken.
That's less dude. Okay. So that's the thing. Like,
right.
I do remember some of the Ken Bone controversy where, like, when he appeared, there were definitely people that wanted to idolize him immediately. You know what I mean? They wanted him to be like a hero in, like, the American political system. And then they exposed him. They put him under a microscope and they roasted him. But, like, you know, that's... It went from a story that seemed extraordinary that became immediately unremarkable. And that sucks. But, like, what else was he gonna do?
So I guess Impossible Coin here with the hard lesson to our listeners.
Don't have a presence online.
Don't have
delete everything. Change your name, new social security number, new email addresses, abandon
Get
it
off
all.
the grid, guys. Off the grid. Oh, man.
Burn it all down, delete your FetLife account, and kill yourself.
Don't kill yourself!
I forgot that FetLife's a thing.
Man. Okay, so, like, the thing is, if you ever want to, you know, punch above, like, your weight class, like, hire a private investigator, let them go through your shit, see what they find, listen to their recommendations, man. There's a reason that Carter sold his peanut farm, why Jack Donaghy got rid of his collection of cookie jars, like, why Giuliani got rid of his collections of dolls, and he still managed to be, like, mayor of New York. Do I have that right? Yeah, so, like... Just
like actual dolls? Wait, like actual dolls or
like porcelain dolls. It was super creepy. Wasn't okay.
Wait, does this mean I can't run for any office because I've got a collection of anime figures?
You either need to make anime figures become part of the cultural zeitgeist, it can't be a fringe hobby, or you have to pretend that you've never had an anime figurine collection.
Can I just say that the girls that I have in my anime figurine collection inspire me to be a better human because they're so good?
I think that might...
Is that acceptable?
Work at local office. I think once you start going for Ohio State, you're going to run into some problems.
Dang. Yeah. Okay.
This does mean that if Gabe Newell ever runs for president with all his Valve money...
done. He's roasted in day one before he even gets to a fucking debate. I swear to God. Sorry, I'm a low-key point.
Yeah, and it might not even be the knife collection.
I was gonna say, all he's gotta do is sub out the knife collection for a gun collection and he's safe.
Yeah, that's actually kind of weird. But, you know, that's the world we live in now. Shoutouts to everyone, I guess. And T.I. went to jail around a collection of guns. Gabe Newell does not get to be president off of guns. I won't allow it. I won't.
Well, speaking of Gabe Newell, would anybody here like to talk about what came out on Steam today?
No! Yes.
Let's get it.
What came out on Steam today?
Well, 96 games came out on Steam yesterday, so the Steam summer sale must be over.
All right.
And so far... we have seen them just like pumping out during the course of this this show.
Phrasing.
Yes, Tegan.
Phrasing.
When we started recording today, there were 5 games out, and now we're up to 11.
Oh.
So what we got for $3.59. We have Plumber the Pipe Rush.
No!
Rocky, can you explain that?
It's a shitty Mario clone! I don't even need to know.
It is actually not a shitty Mario
You
clone.
got like 10.
Is it one of those, like, you connect the pipes so that, like, the water goes from one part to another part?
Tegan wins.
Yay!
Okay.
Yep. At least the levels aren't procedurally generated.
Those
Next
can
up,
be fun, but...
Yeah. I mean, this one looks not great. Next up, we have Star Baron VR Beast Combat Game.
Nope. How many dollars?
It is $9.99.
Double nope.
Become a legendary beast rider, control alien beast in furious fights, experience the thrilling scale of combat from the back of a giant animal, designed for VR from day one. It is in early access, of course. Next up is Flotus for $1.19. This is more of our wheelhouse. Show your aptitude, dexterity, knowledge of physics, and geometry. Throw the ball into the box with one throw in the new physical puzzle with simple rules, and game mechanics in the style of Angry Birds.
Literally? I thought this was going to be a Melania Trump simulator.
Our
Because I
developer...
heard Flotus is First Lady of the United States, not... Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. The developer appears to be Surge 110, who we've covered on the show before. Surge 110 has released such hot titles as Ghost Killer, if you remember that one, and Stickman Killer of Apples. So,
okay.
yeah. Yep. We also have Visitor for $3.39. Visitor is a full-motion video game detective suspense story. The game tells the story of a winter night in 2017, a murder case that happens in a residential building. A prostitute, Sasha, died in her own home.
That sounds cool.
I think is what it. I'm not sure this game supports English. Yeah.
That sounds cool, though.
I'm all for a good FMV game, but this game does appear to be Chinese. But if it does support English, it does kind of look neat.
We got one that might look neat, guys.
Yeah.
We have Depression, the game.
Is this just me sitting in a dark room eating a lot of Cheetos? Did someone actually find my depression regimen? Crying over anime?
Yeah. Depression, the game, is $1.59. It is an interactive game simulating major depression. You are joining a young man on his really bad days, trying to handle his thoughts and survive the day. Or do you? Oh, this is a kill yourself simulator.
Oh, not cool. No.
The game is...
Not cool. Disapprove. 0 out of 10. Stop reading it. Next game. This is bullshit. I'm not giving any of that a spotlight. Go away.
What's the next game, Brian?
Okay.
Should be better than that. I expect more from my games about depression. If you're gonna simulate depression, don't make it something that's gonna encourage people to kill themselves. Fuck you!
Let's see here. Next up, we have Work in VR. Overlay your monitor and keyboard inside of a virtual environment.
Okay.
What now?
Yeah. So, for $8.99, you can put on a fucking VR headset and do Microsoft Word, and then when you look down, see your hands.
Wait. No, hold on. So it's like that episode of Community where the dean bought that fucking virtual reality computer where you had to run around and do everything.
Worlds within worlds!
God damn it! Like, to delete a file, you have to pull it out of the filing cabinet. Then you have to go back down to the fountain and just drown it in the fountain. That's the only way to delete files. What? God damn it.
Next up, we have Pillage.
Okay. Sure.
For $11.99. It's in early access. Play alone or with your friends. Your mission is to survive in the middle of the strange forest, full of old containers and trashes. Don't forget to eat, drink, and pee. Yes, you can pee in this survival game.
No.
I'm
Bear
glad
Grylls,
that,
can I drink my own pee?
not seeing any Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls is not a listed bullet point.
Fuck.
So down here where they have some additional detail, let's see what they cover. That's survival. Like in the real world, it's not an apocalypse. There are no zombies. Don't forget to eat, drink, and pee. Yes, you can pee in the survival game. Okay, I'm glad they revisited the peeing. Pick up the items you find on the ground. Jesus Christ.
So it's not even really a game, right? Like, it's just a survival simulator? That's where we're at?
Yeah, plan and think fast, fight against other pillagers and kill them. There are no time limits like rounds or a specific time, and when you log out, your equipment is saved.
So it's like Rust, except you can pee.
It's piss rust.
Piss rust. Oh, man.
All right.
It's Rust with a pot to piss
Yep.
in. There it is.
Yep, there we go. I wonder if there's already Penis Brothers. Next up is Whizger.
Uh-huh.
A game that takes place on the planet Whizger. The darkness emerged after years defeated by the light. A young man named Bogey tries to save his planet that will be ruined. Whizger is $7.99. It is a top-down shooter role-playing game. Defeat all monsters by using Strength of the Crystal that you gather along the journey. Each crystal has...
Can you
What's
spell
that?
Whizger for me?
Wisgr.
Jesus, it's worse than I thought. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I'm out here trying, Rocky. Like,
We're doing our best.
yeah. I mean, I figured that Whizger was what they wanted me to go with.
Whizger.
Yeah. You have 4 ranged abilities. There are 4 crystal energy you can collect. The storytelling through cutscene.
Oh god, what?
Storytelling
What if
through
this is
cutscene.
like a secret David Cage game through like a pseudonym, and it's like Whizger.
You know what? I'm not doing it. I gotta save it.
He's gotta...
I mean, I appreciate you like trying to get me to do it, Rocky, because you're like, audience responds to it, but Then next up is Richie's Nightmares for $5.09. Plunge into the little boy's world of fantasy with an overactive imagination and wild fear. The game contains plenty of puzzles and obstacles. Richie needs your help to overcome all difficulties and fear on his way. Wow, this is the most fucking blatant ripoff of Limbo I have ever seen. Holy shit.
Woo!
Like, this is offensive.
Dude, no, Brian, you gotta report him. You gotta do it.
Yeah, do it.
I mean, it's not like, I wouldn't say it's legally actionable, but they should sleep poorly. Damn.
Oh no!
Wow. Okay. Man, fuck off with that. Alright, what else we got? Struggle for Light. For $6.99.
Is that another depression game?
Struggle for Light is a top-down local multiplayer twin-stick shooter with old-school feel. With up to 4 players, pick your weapons and upgrades, dodge bullets, kill your friends, and be the last one standing.
Does it look like Binding of Isaac?
So instead of killing yourself, you're killing others, Tegan.
Oh.
Does it look like Binding of Isaac? Okay.
No.
I'm just asking.
Yeah. It looks like dog shit.
Alright. I mean, I guess.
And lastly, Outer Space.
Wait, the game is called Outer Space. Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
Don't let the astronauts die in the open space. Maneuver on the rocket. Avoid collisions with asteroids. And don't forget about the fuel level. A game in which we act as rescue space crew, which is to save the astronauts crashed and flew into outer space. Maneuver between buildings, dodge asteroids, and do not forget to look at the fuel level. 30 levels with increasing difficulty. Old school gameplay. Pixel art graphics.
I don't like these people.
Yeah, this game also looks like complete shit. Let's see here. Publisher. Yep. Only thing they published is Outer Space. That checks out. Developer, Shark Game. What hot jams have you developed? Developers of Air Threat and Starving and Stone Flower. Your Bunny Wrote.
Wait, like wrote as in like a letter?
Yes.
Okay.
Peace Duke. Hardnoid. Yo, I'm hardnoid. Ruthless Safari. Sloppy Goat. Deadly Sky. Helpless Zombies. And Deader.
As in more dead.
Deader,
No,
more dead. Dead again.
As in, our hero's task was to collect his debts.
Oh, debt or... that's less cool.
Yeah, I don't like these people. They're not my friends.
Yep.
I want to make a series of games on Steam that are just named, like, with the same kind of naming conventions as the Die Hard movies and, like, old school James Bond movies, so, like, none of the titles really make sense. And then I want to jump ship and go straight into fucking Game of Thrones naming conventions. Just, like, long-winded titles. All of the titles.
That sounds like fun. Taking the guy to teach you how to code. It's gonna be sick.
No, I'm just an idea generator. You guys can.
Okay, it's fine. Whatever. I'm actually working on that volleyball game sometimes when I have a free moment. It's weird. Okay, Brian, have we made it through the Steam Gauntlet? Did we do it?
We have.
Woo!
Okay. So I know Joe was here last week, but I actually can't remember if you all answered his question about Western RPG House with Anime series. Okay.
We did.
Nice space. So we don't have mail this week, I don't think. At least not from Twitter.
All right. Well, interact with us, people.
Yeah, man. You guys want to ask us something?
It's not their fault. There was a holiday last week. Give them a
Guys,
break.
if you guys still have at least 8 of your 10 fingers, please leave us a review on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher. And you know what? As an added bonus, if you leave your review on iTunes, Brian will send you a biscuit. Doesn't matter where. We'll figure it out, man. Like, in addition, I'm not sure if you noticed, we have music at the beginning and the end of this podcast. It's produced by our guy, Big Satch. You can find him on SoundCloud as soundcloud.com/Big SatchNJ, or you can follow him on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. We still have a Discord. We do things on it sometimes. It'd be cool if you came to hang out. We're streaming on Mondays and Fridays, Monster Hunter Mondays, which I'm expanding to just anything that includes me killing monsters, and Hearthstone and whatever stream trash Brian has managed to pick up.
Please, please, please tell me what you want to see. Like I said, like, it's one thing to sit there and, like, climb ladder alone for 3 hours, but if there's something you guys want to see, please let us know.
Yeah.
If we got the equipment, we'll do it.
Oh, I need to get a new camera, actually. That's important. I'll work on that.
Equipment. Well, guys, is that a show?
I think so.
All right. Well, then, peace, y'all.
Bye!
It's official.